While I thought this movie was awful and I'm definitely not a fan of Ezra Miller, you have to admit that head sculpt's an absolute banger. Let's take a look. Hi everyone and welcome to 1/6 Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to take a look at the newly announced Hot Toys 1/6 scale. The Flash, it's kind of the alternative or deluxe version. Young Barry, should we say, because, you know, spoiler alert, if you watched the movie, there's two different versions of the Flash, but I'm pretty sure they released that in the trailer for it. Anyway, so there's two different versions. This is the young version, and the suit that he comes with, it's basically a bat suit that's been repainted. I gotta say, I don't like it at all, but look, we're going to take a closer look at it. This is a pre-order product. It's 1/6 scale. It's by Hot Toys. There's two different versions. There is the collector version, which is coming in at $290, and then there's the deluxe version. We're going to take a look at what comes with what, which is $330. Both are slated to be released sometime between October, oh god, we're going into 2025 now, October 2024 and March 2025. Yeah, so a long wait people have ahead. Anyway, let's just take a quick look at everything that it actually comes. We'll flick through here. We will go back through all of these images because the figure actually looks pretty good. I'm just not a fan of the design choice from the movie, and definitely wasn't a fan of the movie itself. Right, so the difference between the $330 deluxe, which you see here, and the $290 collector edition or regular edition is these parts here that are highlighted in the red. So the deluxe version includes interchangeable battle damage armors. Obviously that happens towards the end of the movie when I think it's Dark Flash or whatever it's called, a piece of him, it's I can't even remember it, but basically every time he does this, he runs fast enough to time travel, he gets another piece of this kind of armor. I think it's Kryptonian armor or thorns stuck in him, and eventually he turns into the Dark Flash. Yeah, massive spoilers here anyway, but like in fairness, this movie's like 4 or 5 months old. So it comes with actually the head sculpt with separate rolling eyeballs function. That's interesting. And this is my first look at this. I saw this on Instagram and I took a quick look and I thought the head sculpt looked fantastic, and I thought even though I didn't like the design choice for this particular character or didn't like the movie, they still have done a good job from what I've seen. So interchangeable battle damage armor, head sculpt with separate rolling eyeballs function is part of the deluxe. That's interesting. That's a pretty big inclusion, and probably will tip people over at the edge if you are a fan of this movie and you are a fan of the Flash and you really want to get it. So interchangeable cowled heads with separate rolling eyeballs function. So all this stuff in the yellow actually comes with both versions. Interchangeable lower faces, I believe. I never really got that. That's his music. So I suppose that's, was it a White Stripes or a Raconteur's track playing during one of the big battle scenes at the end. So this is where he's getting his music from, I imagine. Right, so that's just his headphones. The yellow piece I'm talking about. You have some kind of electricity effects when he runs fast enough. Obviously, he kind of has this glow to him and stuff like that. The suit actually looks, you know, from what I remember, just like it did in the movie. I haven't done any side-by-side comparisons. And you get this light-up LED kind of base. So I want to kind of flick through some of these images. Right, so this is the first image. That actually works out perfectly. So like I said, I thought this movie was awful. I thought the only thing that made it watchable were the Michael Keaton scenes. And apart from that, not much else. Although, even though I don't like Ezra Miller, and, you know, obviously he's been, well, it looks like he, look, I don't know, look, innocent and proven guilty and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into it, but there is definitely some sort of, there's allegations that he's done some terrible things, which are true, which are awful things, which I don't think any of us would condone, but we're here to talk about the figure. So Ezra Miller's performance, if you take all those kind of terrible things out that he's allegedly done, his performance was very good, very poignant, very heartfelt. And there was points in the movie where it was so well done because it was him and it was like someone else who kind of looked kind of like another actor who kind of had a similar similar face and physique and stuff like that or whatever. But it really did actually look like they were two Ezra Millers, basically two Barry Allens. I thought that was quite good. So even though I'm not a fan of the kind of actor, the performance that they kind of portrayed was quite good, and there were some really heartfelt moments in it. But anyway, not enough to save the film for me. So this here, yeah, it looks pretty much just like I remember from the movie. So obviously it is a Batman suit that he's taken and he's cut the ears off. I think it looks a bit ridiculous, to be honest. But the funny thing about this is he really doesn't look like Barry Allen, or doesn't look like, you know, sorry, I'm after drawing a blank, Ezra Miller. When he puts on this suit, it was really weird. It's like it is him, but it just looks, I don't know, something about the cowl or something really does change the shape of his face or something like that. But that's actually accurate to the movie, because I remember watching the movie going, he doesn't look like himself there, but it's just when he just covers up this part of his face, you can just see his chin, which makes sense, supposed to be the disguise anyway. But that actually is what he looked like on the screen from what I remember. So that's, as in, hats off to Hot Toys here. So I think actually the figure is accurate and more kind of it's a good figure, even though I didn't like the movie or didn't like the design choice or whatever. So it's strange when they do that. They seem to have nailed it. It looks like his face looked like in the movie. The kind of weathering and the kind of scratches and the I suppose the physique or the proportion of the suit looks pretty good. You got this kind of weird and it looks like electrical tape belt going on. The knee pads. God, these effects, I just think these effects are terrible. I just not for me. That head sculpt is pretty damn impressive, in fairness. This looks exactly like I remember the young Barry Allen looking in the movie. This looks exactly like Ezra Miller. That's just one of those sculpts that's pretty damn good. I hope that nothing changes for the people that are really excited about this and the people that want to purchase this and are committing to buying this. I hope nothing changes, because for them, that if they're planning, maybe they won't even plan on using the sculpt, but if you're going to the deluxe version, I presume people are getting the deluxe for the head sculpt as opposed to those plastic thorn kind of pieces or whatever they are. This is very impressive. Hats off. I think this is, God, if it stays like this, a 9, possibly a 10. It's really, really good. It looks exactly like Ezra Miller. Yeah, so again, it's pretty good representation. You get a few different things. So separate rolling eyeball function on the completely unmasked head sculpt, which only comes with the deluxe version. Interchangeable cowled heads with separate rolling eyeballs. Interesting. So that comes with both versions. So you have this one where he's doing this kind of funny, he's showing his teeth here, doing this kind of funny, I suppose, battle damaged face or whatever, aggressive, whatever you want to call it, action pose. And he's got that scar as well. So he obviously picked up an injury. Got the headphones on here, more of a neutral expression here. There's a lot that comes with that deluxe version. Interchangeable cowled heads, and they both have separate rolling eyeballs function. So the completely unmasked head sculpt has separate rolling eyeballs function, and the interchangeable cowled heads also have them. I presume they come off from like the bit on the cowl that goes all the way down. Do you know the bit the Batman kind of comes down like this, is like that kind of design or something like that. So yeah, I presume it just lifts off straight from there. It's a fairly low kind of a neck on that suit. It looks kind of funny. Yeah, so look, that's pretty much it for me. Like base, look, this is, look, sometimes when you are a 1/6 scale content creator, whatever you want to call it, you have to cover the things you love and the things you like and the things you're 50-50 on. Sometimes you got to cover the things that you just don't like at all. Movie, take Keaton out of it, awful movie. However, had some great performances by Ezra Miller. The Keaton bits were so much fun and I really did enjoy it. Overall, not a great movie, but this here, I think they've nailed it. Head sculpt's on point. The different, I love the fact that they've included a few different cowls. They all have separate rolling eyeballs function. The suit looks exactly what I can remember. Yeah, I think if people are hyped about this, I imagine people will be satisfied. So anyway, if you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let me know if you're picking this one up or not. You can also follow me on Instagram and on X. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.